looky here. look who's
Ew.
look who's here and look who's back earlier than ever. What?
Guess who's back in the house? Heels click click. Nope. Copyright.
Guess
Because
who's
RuPaul will come for
back.
us.
Guess who's back
Back.
again. Okay.
Again.
No, we stop. Copyright. And Eminem will come for us.
Actually filming an episode the day after it comes out. I am proud of us, Lana.
We finally got our crap together, Logan. We finally got our crap together. And
there's only 3 more episodes of the season left.
But you know what? Better late than never. We did it.
True that.
We are going to give people who just watched the episode a recap. And we're talking about the GOATs. But hello and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, part of the Cup Network. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I was drinking root beer, but I finished it right before filming. So I do
Great
have
choices.
My standby water just waiting here for me.
Gorge.
Absolutely. I was drinking it, my root beer, out of my beautiful... I was drinking it out of my tumbler.
The tumbler, of course.
That David got me for Valentine's.
Yes, adorable.
But
if you were drinking a smaller amount, Lana.
Absolutely.
I assume.
Yeah. I would drink it out of my cup.
Ow.
Pan full of cup. Pan full of cup. All right.
We really need to actually demo and record a song for that and then just have the soundbite ready.
Sure. We can make it work.
I'm saying this now on the internet, and then we're absolutely never going to do it. But because we're never going to remember. But it's fine.
It's fine. But what's not. What we will remember. We'll remember to remind you. You can get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship domestically here in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, and we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. Get your cup mug or your cup merch. And if you haven't checked out the Etsy shop, you might want to because we got some new things in there. So check it out. Period.
Purr. And I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am just drinking some water because I have to go out in the world later today. I'm not looking forward to it. And it is, to break the fourth wall, it is 11 a.m. for me and it is already 100 degrees. I love where I live. I love it. And then next weekend, I'm going to a place that is 10 degrees hotter. I love it. It's so cute and lovely. I love it. I hate going outside this time of year. But you know what I don't hate? This episode of The GOAT.
Nope. This episode of The GOAT, episode 7, was deliciously great. And
delicious, delightful, decadent, all of the adjectives that start with D.
Sure. And it was
devourable. Great. That's all.
Good, because I didn't want to go any further. Because we have to talk about subscribing to this channel.
Yes, absolutely.
You should subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. Like I said, we are part of the Cup Network, which means we have 3 other channels for you to go and support. We appreciate all the support on all of our channels. Even if you don't like some of the stuff we talk about, just go subscribe anyway. We need the numbers. We appreciate you. But go subscribe to our 3 channels. All of those links will be in the description below in our link tree. So you can click all of our YouTube channels, subscribe to there, and also our audio podcast channels links are down there as well. So you can go and click those links as well. So just in case you want to hear us on the go. Our membership channels is also down there for here and on Patreon. So click whichever one you want to be a part of. Join our membership. Get some early access. Get some exclusive content. We're fixing all that up. We're getting that together for you as we speak. and do all of those things. We appreciate you giving us the support. We really appreciate you. We really, really need the support because we're working very, very hard to put out some very good content for you. And we love your support. And you know what? I ain't too proud to beg. Please give us some support. We
Sure.
want to grow our channels. And yeah, we appreciate you. But we're working hard for you. So take those 1 point whatever seconds to click the subscribe button.
Absolutely.
Thanks. But we are here talking about the GOAT. Here's our lovely cast of people
He is
who
God.
started out this episode. We are down to our final six. Is it 6 or 7? Our final 7.
By the end of this episode, there are only
we'll
6.
be down to final 6. Absolutely.
Correct.
But right now we're down to our final 7. And Jill is in the kitchen talking to Wendell.
Yep.
And Jill is like, Wendell, it was either you or Reza. So, and Wendell was like, what? What do you mean? And she was like, yeah, but you were immune, so.
This is where I was like, Jill.
Oh, God.
Thank God the plan worked the way that you wanted to and you got out Reza, but like,
Girl.
don't go to someone you're targeting and tell them that you were gonna be the target if you weren't immune. Like, Jill, girl.
I was like,
I get it. She doesn't know how to play these kinds of games. Like, I get it. I understand. But it's just a little frustrating because I'm like, now come on now, Jill.
It's like all of Davon's hard work and you ruin it by opening your mouth.
Right.
Sip it.
Right.
Sip it. So I was like, girl. Okay. But they go to sit in the living room waiting on Tosh to come in with their what is going to happen next. He comes slipping and sliding in and get caught by, of course, the very observant Davon Rogers, who don't just sit around and look and just talk. She looks and she saw him sliding in, so he comes in and he tells us that there is going to be a format change for this final
switching it up.
Things is up. We're switching it up, mixing it up a little bit. And so there is still a GOAT challenge. Somebody is still going to become the GOAT of the week. But that GOAT will have powers, very superpowers that no other GOAT has had before. And we find out there are no more team challenges. It is every man and woman for themselves.
Yes, God.
And I was like, work. So
I love that we're shifting into an individual game. Like I like the team format. I think the team format has been very good and very conducive to some big moves, as we've seen throughout the season. But I'm glad that now that we're down to 7, we're shifting to everything being completely individual. There's still going to be the alliances, obviously, but I'm interested to see how the game is going to shift moving forward with this individual format.
Yeah, me too, because it's like you definitely have. It's conducive for some, and for others, it's a little scary. Like Davon was like, I have been planning and plotting my way through this thing and figuring things out and setting up stuff. For now, it can shift on me in just a second. So she was a little concerned. Wendell was very happy about this. Wendell was like, this is great because now it is all on me. It's whatever I do, it's what's going to be. So we find out that this week is game show week. And I was like, okay, cool, great. So everybody was happy about that. We get down to the challenge. And Tosh comes out like Guy Fieri. I was like, oh no.
So there's a difference between game show and cooking reality show?
Absolutely. Because Guy Fieri has not only hosted a cooking show, reality show. He hosted 60 Minutes to Win or 60 Seconds to Win it, with 60 to Win It or something like that.
Minute to Win It?
Minute to Win It. He hosted that show.
That was Guy Fieri?
Yeah, he hosted it. Yeah. He hosted Minute to Win It.
Why do I feel like it was someone else?
Check it out. Look,
I believe you completely, but
Guy Fieri hosted Minute to Win It. I think they had another host, but he
No,
eventually.
it absolutely was Guy Fieri. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why, because I remember watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. He hosted Medical Minute.
But, huh.
But
Oh, I know what I'm thinking of, because it originally ran with Guy Fieri. When they revived it for Game Show Network,
Game
it was
Show
hosted
Network.
by Apollo Antonono.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's what I'm thinking, because that's the
Mm-hmm.
version, honestly, that I remember.
I watched it on NBC on Guy when Guy was running it.
I remember watching a little bit of that. But yes, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
was
Guy
remembering
ran.
Apollo, and I was like, there's someone else. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so he did host a game show, so that made sense. But he also does host Guys Grocery Games on Food Network, which is a game show within a cooking show. Look, Guy
A
does
lovely
everything.
show. I like
Lovely
watching it.
show. I love Guys Grocery Games. That's one of my favorites on Food
Yeah.
Network, next to Chop. But it's great. So he does the thing, and so this is a game that I was like, oh, we played these games on online reality games.
This is very, very org coded.
Very old
Very
or coded.
count to a number while they're trying to distract you. Like, that's
Absolutely.
very, very org coded. I was like, oh, I've done this before.
I've done this too. It's like, okay, turn when you finish, just put your hands up or turn around. It's like, so they had to count to 60.
Yep.
And whoever got the closest to 60 seconds wins.
Yep.
And Joe comes up first with Jill. It was Joe and Jill. And he created the strategy that I was like, absolutely good. Like, this is so good. His strategy was, I'm just gonna hit it right after they hit it. And so whatever number that they land on, I'm gonna be right there behind them. And so that means I will win if they're not over 60 seconds.
Right.
And so he did that the first, and he won, beat Jill. Then it was Jason and CJ.
Yeah.
And was it Jason and CJ? I think it was Jason and CJ.
I think so.
Or Paula. No, it was Jason and Wendell. It was Jason and Wendell. Because Jason hit 59.2 seconds. And I was like, whoa. Wow. So he beats Wendell.
That experience on Holiday Baking Championship really is coming into play here, I guess.
But you got to know when the time is up. It's like, I got 5.
I guess.
4. I got a minute to put this last bits on this
right, literally, that's what I was thinking. I was like, who is the most adept at this challenge? And it's probably either Jason or, honestly, Davon, because Big Brother I think Davon has done a couple of like time-based challenges on Big Brother before, so.
But yeah, so Jason hits his first with 59.2 seconds, and so he takes out Wendell. Then it was CJ and Davon. It was CJ and Davon, right? CJ and Davon. Davon wins that round. CJ goes out. Then it was Paula and Joe, and whoever won that will go straight to the finals. Paula, Joe does the same thing, goes right after Paula, wins. Then it was Jason and Davon. Jason wins. And then it came down to Jason and Joe. And Joe's strategy works. And he wins the GOAT this week.
He finally gets it. Especially knowing the change in format that we have now here too, I was especially thrilled for Joe because part of that format change we were talking about is that by the end of the episode, only 2 people would be up for elimination.
Yes.
One of them is going to be whoever lost that day's elimination challenge, which we'll talk about in a second. And the other one is chosen by the GOAT themselves. I love this change. This change.
I love it. And I know Jason would not have picked Wendell. Jason would not have picked Wendell.
Jason probably would have picked Paula. I don't think he picked Davon.
You don't think so?
I think he's got a good enough relationship with Davon, and I think he's really trying to fly through the middle. So I think he probably would have picked someone that is like in the middle with him as well, which at this point I would say is probably Paula.
Mm-hmm.
There's a universe I think where he might pick Davon, but I don't particularly remember, and if you do, please let me know. I don't remember specifically hearing Jason talking himself about targeting Davon. He's been in conversations about targeting Davon, but I don't remember him specifically saying, I need to go after Davon.
No, I haven't heard him specifically say that.
So I think because he's flying in the middle right now, I think he would probably have gone after someone else in the middle.
Maybe a Paolo or CJ.
Paolo or CJ, I think is probably the choice that that it would have been, but that didn't happen because Joe got it.
But Joe got it, and Joe is not scared to put up the big contenders, and he quickly says he's going to nominate Wendell. And I was
Thank you, Grocery Store Joe. Grocery Store Joe for the win. Yes.
So you did what needed to be done, period. And so Wendell is now nominated. But there is a chance for Wendell to save himself. And that is if he wins the elimination challenge, he can take himself off the block and replace the person who takes his spot. And I was like, oh God, no.
It's so diamond veto coded that I'm like, God.
I was like,
it's very diamond veto coded. It's very. I like this twist on it, though.
I like the twist, but I was
where
like,
only the person that's up. I'm like, I don't need Wendell to win this. Please, God, no.
Because
absolutely
I
not.
knew exactly where he was going.
100%.
100%.
100% it would have been Davon.
And I was like, no.
And I wonder if that choice is going to become a strategy in the coming episodes that we see with this format. I'm curious whether the person that wins the GOAT challenge is maybe not going to put up the strongest competitor for elimination on the off chance that they win the elimination challenge.
That's a possibility.
It's a big swing to make, and it could be a big hit or a big miss. And so that's kind of the drawback to it is like you could take this huge shot at your number one ally, or your number one adversary. But if they win the elimination challenge, like all of that could be just up in the air. So I am just loving this format change. I gotta say,
I do love the format change. I thought the format change was great and very much needed with a cast this small. So it was.
And this far into the season, I'm like, it's very refreshing. I wish maybe we would have had it a couple episodes sooner. I gotta be honest. Maybe, I don't know.
I think this was the right time because it made sense because you can't really do teams anymore because it would be like teams.
It'd be 4 and 3.
Right. It just didn't make sense. I think this was a great time to do it. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I wouldn't have minded it like halfway through the season. So like last episode, I wouldn't have minded it. That's kind of where I was going with it. It's like, do it at 8. You're halfway through the cast, halfway through the episodes. Like I wouldn't have hated that, but I don't mind where it is here.
Yeah. But so Wendell is nominated and we move on to the next elimination. But before we get there, we get the day of the elimination happens and all of a sudden we hear, oh, my back. Oh, I'm having a spasm. My back. I can't move. Jill can't get out of the bed because she's having back spasms and she's in a lot of pain. And everybody's like, oh, God, no. No, Jill, God, no. Not right now because we have got to get Wendell out this game right now.
Right.
And you can't be sitting home and he's oh God, no, Jill, we can't do it. Jill is like, I don't want to quit. I'm not trying to leave right now. I need a doctor. Y'all find me somebody right now. Producers, get me somebody. And
It
Joe was
was
like,
so housewives of her, and I loved it. It was so housewives of her. I was like, yeah.
She was like, go get me a doctor somewhere. I don't care. And so Joe was like, don't you know any housewives of Atlanta? And he was, oh no, it was Jason. Jason was like, don't you know
Yeah.
any of the housewives of Atlanta? And she was like, Phaedra, but she's unmarried to Mitt because she's married to a doctor. Hold on, I'll call. She calls Phaedra. Phaedra puts her in touch with her husband. Her husband puts her in touch with a doctor who they can get to in Atlanta. And
I was
she's
like,
like,
come on. I was like, come on, Phaedra. Yes,
I was
Phaedra.
like, come through Housewives
Mother.
Connections. Period. Housewives
Mother.
Connections. I was like, that's how you network. That's how you network. She was like, hold on, my bestie, my housewife bestie is Phaedra, who's married to a doctor who knows other doctors. Period. Let's make it. I was like,
Period.
I love a good networking moment, and she ate that up, and so she got the address for the doctor, and she was like, "I'm going here." So they would send her to this address so she can go see this doctor. And honey, so everybody's like, "We don't know if she'll go make it back in time. We don't know what's gonna happen." Everybody's like, "Get well, come back, blah blah blah."
Please, yeah.
So we get to the elimination. Jill is not there yet. And everybody's like, we don't know what's happening with Jill. We don't know if Jill is coming back. So Tosh comes out and he's like, if Jill does not come back before we start the challenge, she is automatically DQ'd. Mm-hmm. And as he's saying this, Paola looks up and goes, and Jill is standing at the top of the steps. She has this back brace thing on wrapped around her. And she's like, I'm coming. Slowly, but I'm coming.
I love her. It
was such a good moment. I was like, yay, Jill.
The way she hobbles down these stairs. Just I might need to go watch Jill's Housewives seasons, honestly, because she is just so damn entertaining. She's so entertaining. And I love that even though Tosh was like, well, if she doesn't show up, she's going to get DQ'd. I love that even despite all of that, it still didn't matter.
Nope.
Because she still ended up being nominated. Because we go to the challenge and it's a wheel of tasks.
Wheel of misfortune.
Yes. It's very Wheel of Fortune coded. It's very Fear Factor. Mm-hmm. Love this challenge. And the first thing that they spin is damn cockroaches for Joe. And I was like, God, no. No. Which one of these would you have not wanted to do, Lana? Because mine probably would have been the cockroaches.
Cockroaches, the habanero pepper, I can't do that. My stomach
I could have. I would have hated every moment of it, but I think I could have done it.
Dead. My stomach would have been dead after that. Like,
yeah.
Oh. I would have done it, but it would have been hard. The 3 hot dogs, because I just don't.
Oh, the 3 hot dogs in a minute, right?
In a minute. It's the minute
for me. I could have done that.
It's the minute for me. Like, I don't eat fast. I'm not a very fast eater. And then I like to, savor and digest my food, or I'm going to throw up. So I'm like, that's shoving down in a minute. It was the minute for me. Yeah. I can eat the 3 hot dogs, no problem. Yeah. It's the minute.
I think if it was any more than 3 for me, I couldn't have done it. But I think 3, like, I'm just thinking about, no, because I could have done that, no problem. But Wendell, when he did it, it was very, like, he had already been set up basically for failure in that moment, because his first challenge was the habanero with the ghost sauce with the Reaper powder. And so his stomach is already beyond destroyed. Ooh. And then they're going to make him eat hot dogs with mustard. Like, y'all are just...
Yeah, no.
But probably the tamest challenge of them all is what Jill gets, because she just gets some spicy rice situation.
Somebody else got the spicy rice and couldn't do it. Jill got the spicy rice as well and couldn't do it.
Yeah. But Jill dropped out first.
Yes. So
she is now up for elimination against currently Wendell. And I was like, this could be worst case scenario right now. Because if Wendell wins, he puts up Davon, Davon goes.
Absolutely.
Because they're absolutely going to keep Jill because she's injured. Like, thankfully, though, Wendell had that spicy pepper and made it through that one.
Made it through it.
But could not do the hot dogs.
So Wendell was out.
And Jason
wins by eating a stick of butter. Like, they were like, here, Jason, eat this stick of butter. Everybody's like, ew, gross. Jason's like, what? It's just butter.
I would have hated it, but I absolutely would have done it.
I would have done that. I could have done that because Jason's like, I bake butter with butter on butter. Like I cook in butter all the time. And I'm like, absolutely. It makes sense. Like, I would have been able to eat that, and I would have hated it, and I would have left that creamy film in my mouth that I would have hated regardless. But I would have been like,
I'm getting chills thinking about it, Lana, because I'm just like, no.
The whole stick of butter just.
I would have rather done the butter over the habanero with the ghost pepper with the Reaper, but like,
absolutely. And
I probably would have done the spicy rice over the butter, though. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, that bowl of rice looked kind of.
It's good.
The minute. It's the minute thing. I would have ate it, but it's eating it in the minute. I would have been like, I don't know if I can do it in a minute.
Yeah. I thought this was the most creative of the elimination challenges because it was very minute to win it, but it was still very they took a lot of great aspects. This is what I'm really loving about this show too, is they're taking a lot of the great aspects from a lot of these shows and putting them together in very creative ways. Loving it.
It was good.
But so Jill
and Wendell.
And this was a very, very obvious vote.
But Wendell did not go. He did not go quietly into the night.
No.
Wendell went to everybody who he felt like he could go to, and he threw out the Davon, Jill, Paula power structure. And he was like, if we let this go, they're going to sail to the end. You need to break them up. And if we got to start with Jill, that would be the best thing to do because that breaks up that power structure, which he wasn't wrong in this.
No.
His pitch was correct. It was just he's even more powerful, though, in there by himself than Jill and Paula together. Like,
in the words of, go ahead.
Him and Davon, neck and neck.
Yeah.
Jill and Paula are good, but they never go win nothing. Wendell can win.
In the words of JoJo, it was too little, too late.
Too little, too late. Absolutely. A little too late. But CJ, Jason, and Joe were the targets that he was going to go talk to, but Joe knew, like, I put you up. It doesn't matter if I change my mind and keep you here, you still go come after me. So I don't think that worked with Joe. It might have worked with CJ, but Jason and Jill are friends. Like, and I don't think Jason wanted to do that to Jill.
No.
So
no, it was very much so the writing was on the wall. I think it was 5-2.
Yeah.
So I think CJ did vote for Jill.
Yes.
Yeah, it was CJ.
And Wendell voted for Jill.
And Wendell voted for Jill, but Wendell's gone. Wendell's gone. Wendell's gone.
Wendell played this game. Wendell played this
game.
Yep. I mean, and he even tried to go with the whole heartstrings of it all because we forgot to mention their moment of when they were playing the game that CJ suggested that they put questions in a bowl and answer. That was the perfect time for Wendell to let go of this. I'm about to be a dad. It was hard for me to come out here because my girlfriend is in her third trimester. So this was the nugget he wanted to drop to get the sympathy. And Davon clocked him instantly. Was like, baby, we friends, so I already knew you was having a baby. And you know, these people are very much heartstring people, and they're like, oh, we can't vote for him. He's about to be a dad. No, we can still vote for you.
He's the
This
fact
is
that this
very
was filmed
survivor coded.
well, I was gonna say the fact that this was filmed when it was, and then now we know the information that we know about Wendell.
Oop. I mean, didn't really care much for his girlfriend when he was. Oop. Oop.
And oop.
I mean, I hope he's a great dad because he's a horrible boyfriend.
Too. Yep.
He's a horrible boyfriend.
That part.
But two things can be true. You can be a horrible boyfriend, but a great dad. So I hope you're
that
a great
part.
Dad, Wendell.
I hope so too.
Period. And that
everybody's
is
sake involved. I hope so.
Please. And that is that. We do. That we have our final 6. Yeah.
I did also go look on IMDb to see how many episodes we had left. It is a 10-episode season, so I now have confirmation of that, thankfully. So we have 3 more episodes of The Goat.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think Davon is in a great spot. I think Davon is in a really great spot. She just got to win.
And she can. She's proven it over and over again that she can.
I need her to win, and if she's not going to win, I need Jill or I need Paola to finally pull out a win. Like, that's what I need. Doesn't Jill have a win?
Jill has a win. She won GOAT last week.
Yeah, I was going to say, she literally was. Yeah, I need Jill to pull out another win. I need Paola to do something.
Right.
Because that's kind of the.
I feel like it's getting down to it, and I feel like Joe is one to think about how good Davon is playing, so he would go after Davon if need be, and it wouldn't be a bad move to go after Davon because she's good.
No.
And CJ will definitely go after Davon because even in the preview, she was like, if Davon traces all the way to the end, oh, it'll be a yawn. I'm not saying.
I'm like, girl, what have you done other than be a bitch? Genuinely, like, what do you do successfully? Quickly.
Have you been the GOAT?
Have you watched the show, Tamar?
Girl, But
anyway, at this point, I think my priority list for winners has shifted just a little bit. And I think at this point, it's obviously still Davon, number 1.
Absolutely.
It's still Jill for me, number 2, because I think Jill is playing a really good game. For me, I'm going to put Joe at number 3 now, because I really think he is playing a very good social strategic game.
I'm going to put Jason at number 3 for me, because I feel like
Jason's my number 4. So
Jason is playing a good under-the-radar game, and nobody's mad at him. Nobody's mad at Jason. And I really like that.
I don't think anyone would nominate Jason if they won the GOAT.
No. Nobody's mad at Jason. Jason has but he has done really well in challenges, but not well enough to win the GOAT. So people are letting that slide, and they're not realizing that he can win whenever he wants to. He just hasn't want to do it.
Yep. So
So I will put.
We'll see.
I will put Jason at my number 3.
Yeah. At this point, I'm fine with anyone winning other than CJ, because I just don't think she's done anything. Paola, I don't think has done anything either, but I like her, and she's been entertaining to me. So that's where I'm at with that.
CJ at the bottom, then Paola up here, and then we'll start the rest of the list.
Exactly.
All the way down here.
I think there's 4 people that have played a very, very solid strategic and social game so far, and then there's Paola, who has been lumped into things, and then there's CJ.
Right.
But also, I was going to say, if and when, I'm going to say when, because I think this series is actually doing really well. When they do a season 2, cast Phaedra Parks, thank you very much.
Oh, that'd be cute.
I think Phaedra would be a great housewives choice.
I think they have some really good housewives choices, actually, that I would be like, okay.
They could also put her on for the Traitors. They could also put her on for Traitors. So
there's some good housewife choices for either one of these shows. So, and I, like I said, I'm not even into the housewives like that. Like I don't watch the housewives, but I do know good characters when I see it. Like I need them to fly it, and this is gonna be something else that you're gonna be shocked to hear. That I've started watching very sparsely, but occasionally will watch the Housewives of Dubai. They need to bring in some of those ladies over here.
Well, one of those ladies is on Traitors season 3. They what is her name? She's stunning. Chanel, I believe is her name.
Oh, I like Chanel.
Yeah, Chanel is on Traitors. Yeah, they've got 4 housewives on Traitors season 3, which we're going to talk about here at some point soon. They're filming it right now.
I mean, we talked about the first rumored cast. Now we can finally talk about the official.
Right. Yeah, because they've got Chanel from Housewives of Dubai, Dolores from, I don't remember what franchise she's from, Robin from Potomac, and then Dorinda from New York are on. I think it's a solid collection of Housewives women. But I'm excited for Chanel because I've seen clips of Chanel on Housewives of Dubai.
I just started like picking up little bits and pieces of Dubai, so I'm like, I might have to dive into Dubai because number one.
I was gonna say, are we gonna do a Housewives dive in some capacity?
No, we're not.
No,
I'm not. You go ahead and do it. I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm not committing to jumping in and doing I'm just gonna watch it just for the sheer enjoyment of watching the show without talking about it.
Fair enough. But well, that is that.
That is
another episode down. Yeah. At this point, I still want Davon to win.
Absolutely, that won't change until she walks out the door. If she doesn't win
with the $200,000,
with the $200,000, that's the only thing for me. But we'll be back next week to talk about the next episode of The GOAT. We appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe on your way out. Go down to our other channels and subscribe to those channels as well. Like I said, we are a growing network and we would love for you to grow with us. Share it with your friends. Let them know, hey, you should go subscribe to this Cup Network thing. They're doing some great work over there. So please do that. All of our channels, our membership channels, all of our audio platforms, all of those links are in the description below. Also, you can follow us on our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, where we are doing some stuff over there. Also, if you want to just follow me and Logan personally, go ahead, do that. We're there. My Instagram is right there if you don't know. And my Twitter is down there. And get your cup merch. Period. Not limited to this cup mug. We have some other stuff, but you can get a cup mug if you want. Get your cup mug, your cup merch, your cup everything. And we will be back next week. So cheers.
Cheers. Woo.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.